Welcome to the Legend of the Esses Super E3 2019 Predictions Ultimate Championship Edition and Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and new with Funky Mode.
Hello YouTube, my name is the Legend of the S and welcome back, let's start off with, not welcome back, this is the first episode, so welcome to the road to E3 or E3 week. Or whatever. This is obviously this is the first episode and it's leading up to E3. Today is the June 1st, or the day this is gonna go up, the day of this recording. It's like June 20 or May 24th. So yeah. So from today until Friday the 7th, we're gonna be getting, or I'll be uploading a video per day, going over what are my things or what do I think is gonna happen or stuff leading up to E3 that can have some correlation to E3. So for E3 week or the road to E3, we'll obviously begin today here with my Super E3 Predictions 29 E3. No, the full title is The Legend of the Esses Super E3 2019 Predictions Ultimate Championship Edition and Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and you with Funky Mode. Obviously this is a joke because this is the second time I'll be doing this, technically speaking, part 2. I did one way back in February or March, I think March. I usually do it 3 months before E3, but I wanted to do it again 1 week basically, or 10 days from E3, and with more things known now, it's going to be fun to do. And obviously this ends on the 7th, mostly because on the 8th is basically when E3 begins. We have 3 tournaments. Then tomorrow we're gonna have Can They Be DLC Season 1 finale. Everyone is revisited. We're gonna go look back at every single episode of Can They Be DLC, from the first episode to the last episode, and seeing the characters I will discuss in those episodes. How have I changed, or if my opinions have changed on these characters since then, since their episode, now that we are one step closer to E3. Then on the first thing that will be, technically speaking, brand new will be the spin-offs and reimagining. Some spin-offs of series we have yet to see that I'm shocked that haven't happened, and some reimagining to some Nintendo series that have been kind of dead for the past couple of years or a decade, and how they could be reimagined and brought back in the near future. Then on Tuesday it will be not spin-offs, Nindies with Ninty. So Nindies or indie studios working with Nintendo properties, and what franchises would I like to see indies take over for Nintendo? Because hey, if Nintendo's not gonna produce some of these, might as well give it to indie companies. Then on the 5th, which is a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, I keep looking at my calendar just to make sure I've run it right. It was gonna be 10 ports I would like to see on the Switch. Something basically a remake of what I did last year. Then 10 remakes, yeah, I was gonna say, wait, 10 remakes. So basically the ports can be anything from the PS3, Xbox 360 era to the Wii U, to the 3DS and the PS4 and Xbox One. Well, this is remakes from games before that, or including the Wii, the DS, GameCube, PlayStation 2 and all that stuff. And yeah, and then the final episode, the one episode that's going to be going up after E3, not after E3, right before E3 begins. It's the Nintendo Switch is a perfect, it's a perfect place for a Nintendo expansion, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Furthermore, we are at 220 subscribers, and I would like to do another giveaway once we hit 250. Right now, again, planned subject to change. I think what I can do right now currently would be a giveaway either for a 15 or 25, given the 250 should be 25 euro eShop card, or I'll see what I can get for the Nintendo Online subscription service. I think 3 months, either 3 months or a year that I can get. I don't know, I haven't really checked the cards, because I do buy the cards. So yeah, that'll be it for this part. This is the introduction to it. Also, cheap plug right now, because we're in the first 5 minutes, go and watch my Not So Elite Smash series. It's a series I actually kind of am enjoying playing. Have a lot of Salt episodes. Heck, one of the episodes that I believe just released this week, let me check my thingy, Yeah, probably was this week. Wait, the last episode that went up was this. This is 61, I believe. I don't think it's coming. I don't know if it's come out this week or it's coming up next week, which is the Ken episode, and some episodes where I'm going to be extremely salty. Let me tell you this. But then we're going to get some episodes right after Ken that are not so salty. Actually, 3 of them are actually kind of good. One of them I just lose my will to live. But anyway, today obviously is about the press event or E3 as a whole. So first things first, let's begin with the Saturday, the 8th. So that's the thing. We're going to be going through basically every day of the E3 presentation, starting Saturday the 8th to right before, to the Tuesday the 11th. So first, on Saturday the 8th, we know that we're going to be getting the Super Smash Bros. Tournament, and I think this is where we're going to introduce a new DLC character, and then like I heard some people say like, oh, maybe they'll have a direct for it. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be announced at E3, announced in this direct or this in the direct or the tournament, and then dropped immediately. Maybe even with, hey, stage builder is a thing that's coming out. I also heard some people say like maybe they'll drop a direct before the tournament like they did in 2015, but I'm gonna say I doubt that's going to happen because it's too much. On the 8th, beginning on my time, it will be 7 p.m. Which is 11 a.m. Eastern, 12 not what is it? I saw it just a little bit ago. Let me check if it's on Twitter or not. It's not on Twitter, but I did see moments ago, like not even an hour ago. It's like 12 or 11, no, 11 p.m. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, here it is. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. British Standard Time of BST, and then Central European Time is at 8 p.m. So yeah, we have a long way to go basically. If it's that, and it begins like, it says estimated time, and then we have like, it's the Splatoon World Championships, followed by the Super Smash Bros. World Championships, followed by the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. I don't know if it's first, I think they're going to start with the Splatoon 2 one, because Ultimate and Mario Maker are going to bring up the most excitement, and this is what I'm going to say. I think we're going to be seeing, each of these can have an announcement. I think mostly only 2 of them will have. So first things first, if all 3 have an announcement, I'm going to start with the one that's least likely to have an announcement, the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019. I think that if we are to have an announcement here, we are going to be getting, I don't think we're going to get any more DLC for the game. We might be seeing maybe some more updates announced. I know they said that we're going to stop, but we never know. But if it is to have an announcement here, I could see it maybe being a announcement for a spin-off for Splatoon. I heard some people say that Splatoon, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Mario Kart, 3D Mario, and 3D Zelda are all going to happen in 2020. I'm going to say this. 3D Mario and 3D Zelda likely. I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 would be a thing for the Switch. I think it's going to be a thing for Switch 2. Mario Odyssey, maybe, but I think a brand new 3D Mario would have more an impact on the Switch 2. Or the next Switch, that's why I say the Switch 2, the next system, but the Switch 2. And I think Splatoon 3 and Mario Kart 9 are also being kept to that system. I know some people, and with the way Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling, they could easily just let the Mario Kart team do whatever they want. I think 2020 we're going to see something from the Mario Kart team, but it's going to be a new IP or a revision or a brand new, either brand new IP or a revision or reimagining of an old one, or or bringing back an old one. But yeah, Splatoon, if we're going to get an announcement for Splatoon, be it at E3 or this year, I believe it's going to be for Splatoon, a Splatoon spin-off. A Splatoon RPG would be fun to see. Splatoon Musou, not so much. I don't know how well it would work. We don't have that many characters unless they go with original characters. And yeah, I don't think there's much more Splatoon. Well, maybe a racing game or a skateboarder game. Those things that could work. A platformer would be cool too, but I don't think, well, I think we already have some too many platformers in a way. Then for the Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship, the 3v3, I think it's clear what we're going to be getting. I think we're going to be getting a DLC character announcement, and the character is going to drop on the same day. My bet would be Herdrick. I think that Herdrick makes sense. With all the hype of E3 and all the things, people will get excited for it. Even the people that don't really care for Dragon Quest. It's going to be funny to see what hearts will be shattered during E3. Personally, I don't care if it's Herdrick or Sora, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't care. But since I've seen the Kingdom Hearts fanbase be kind of toxic, like when Joker was announced, like Sora is in guaranteed, and the way they've talked about Dragon Quest and how Sora deserves to be more in than Herdrick, it makes me want to just see, because of their arrogance mostly. It's one thing, I just want to see how they feel when Herdrick gets confirmed or something. I feel like, but to me, also I'm going to say this, and I'm going to cover it more tomorrow, since it feels inevitable, both one or the other, I feel it's up in the air now, I think. But I think Herdrick is more likely, and I would prefer Herdrick just to see the reaction from the Kingdom Hearts fanbase. It's exactly the same way I felt with Ridley in Smash 4. At one point I stopped caring if Ridley was in or not, but once it became clear Ridley is not going to be in and was going to be a boss, I could not wait to see the face of the Ridley fanboys. Even after it was basically confirmed he was going to be a boss character, their reaction to it, oh, it's going to still be in, he is going to be in, and then he wasn't. It's one of those things like, particularly don't care until I see how people are on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be in, just because of your guys' reaction. Then for Mario Maker 2, I don't think we're gonna get more more themes. Maybe we can, like there's something on below the moon symbol, the sun and moon, or the day and night that you can choose between levels or the themes. There's space for more, and I think we might see what that more is. If there are going to include at base game or maybe later after launch, and I think we're going to be seeing a new style. Which style will that be? I don't know. Personally, I am partial to why is this running? I don't have this installed. What the shit? Like for some reason my computer just started a Norton scan, and I don't even have a Norton security installed. Okay, whatever. A new style I think was going to be announced next to 3D World. What one will it be? People, I've heard a really good case being made for Mario Galaxy, and I think would be interesting. Mario Galaxy, I believe, also had more 2D segments than 3D World, which is funny. Same thing with Odyssey, I think. Odyssey had more 2D segments than 3D World, which again is funny to me. I heard people really want Super Mario Maker, or not Super Mario Maker, Super Mario 2 USA. Personally, I would love for Paper Mario. I think it's much more unique, much more different. And yeah, that's just my opinion. I would prefer Mario to just have the 3D, not the 3D, the Paper Mario aesthetic. Then I don't have anything for Saturday, I don't think. Well, for Saturday I don't know when Microsoft is. I think like on the Sunday it's gonna be Bethesda, so I think Bethesda's gonna have some kind of announcement. I don't know which one. Maybe just the release date of Doom. Maybe we'll see more ports like Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas, or I don't know, older Elder Scrolls games coming to the Switch. I don't think they're going to have anything major from E3 this year until next console generation, and I feel like it's a little bit too soon for them to start showing us what the games are going to look like on the next systems, because again, those systems are at the very least a year off. So I feel early, and we haven't even seen them. We're obviously going to probably be seeing Scarlet and or Anaconda at Microsoft's, but still. Then at Microsoft's press event, I don't think we're going to get announcements. We might hear Game Pass. We might hear Game Pass and an xCloud coming to the Switch and mobile. Maybe that. But outside of that, I don't think they're going to announce anything specific. I do think, however, that we might see Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori 2 and maybe even Battletoads and some other games be announced there, or be announced for the Switch at around that time period. Like Ori 2 and Battletoads get shown, and then like they don't put console exclusive or exclusive, they just show them, and then it's like, oh, it's coming to the Switch and it's coming to PC later after the presentation, obviously. And then I don't think that's, I think that's it. Oh, no, we have Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft, I think it's also going to be on, it's either on Sunday or Monday. I'm not too sure, but I do believe we could see another crossover between Nintendo and Ubisoft. I heard some people say Mario and Rabbids 2. I don't think that's going to be it. I don't think that's the right move. I would say wait a little bit with Mario and Rabbids 2. I personally would go for another crossover. Trying to think of one is a tougher part, but I would like to see maybe like Ubisoft take care of an old IP that Nintendo doesn't use anymore. Maybe the team that worked on The Crew could work on F-Zero, for example. I know it's their different style of game, but it would be interesting. And hey, would you prefer them working on it or no F-Zero? You know, if they're not giving it to an indie, obviously. Another thing, maybe Bethesda is also working on a collaboration with Nintendo with the Nintendo IP. Maybe that's how we get Eternal Darkness to come to the Switch. Also, another game that could come to the Switch because of Bethesda. Maybe the Prey and Prey 2. Maybe the Dishonored games. I feel like they're going to be porting a lot of their thing. Last year we didn't have too much from Bethesda in terms of games in general. Bethesda's E3 presser was depressing. And after Fallout 76 didn't do too well, and the fact that, let's be completely honest, The Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield are a good 2 to 3 years away. So the earliest we're going to see them is 2021. They're absolutely not launching on the launch of the brand new systems in 2020. And if those systems are 2020 in November, then one of those titles is absolutely 2022, 2023, while the other one is 2021, 2022 at the earliest. Because I don't think they're going to launch Starfield and Skyrim at the same time, or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6 at the same time, or in the same year. I think they're going to give each other room to breathe. So yeah, I think a lot of Bethesda will turn around other IP, new IPs, revivals, ports to the Switch, maybe remakes coming to all systems. So I think that's what Bethesda is going to cater to more. And then we reach Tuesday, which is going to be the Nintendo Press event. And now that we had the Super Mario Maker DLC, or not DLC, the Direct, it kind of changes my perspective. And with the tournament as well, I had Mario Maker 3 or Mario Maker 2 as my ender of the Direct to lead into the Nintendo Treehouse. I now don't think it's going to be it. So now it's up a toss in the air. Nintendo likes to open Directs nowadays. September and February we had that. It opened with a big game and it closed with a big game. Since they ditched the 3DS, since the 3DS has been killed, that's how they've been doing it. If you look at March last year, they didn't begin with a big game, but they ended with a big game. And I believe the same thing happened the year before, or the Directs before, where they ended with a big game so that you would go home happy. That's what Sony did recently with the State of Play. They ended with a big game. Final Fantasy VII, Episode 1 probably coming 2019 or 2020. So it was the thing that I think Nintendo's going to do is end on a big game. But it has to be a game that it demos well. So I don't think the last game we're going to see is going to be Animal Crossing. Mostly because in September when Animal Crossing was announced, it came with the Smash Direct, or with the Smash announcement. So it got one crowd excited and then got the other crowd excited. Although I wasn't too particularly fond of that Isabelle trailer, as I've said multiple times. I think it's one of the worst Smash trailers of all time, but that's just me. So who do I think is opening the Direct? I would say, honestly, Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing would be a better opening. No, Animal Crossing would fit better in the middle because again, Animal Crossing, much like Pokemon, they're big games. They're going to sell a lot, but they're not games that demo well. So I think opening Luigi's Mansion 3. I think Luigi's Mansion 3 is the perfect game to open. Give it a good, expensive trailer that explains, like, it showcases a lot of stuff. Maybe showcases even the multiplayer of Peach, Mario, and Toad being playable characters. Maybe online multiplayer. That'll be interesting to see. And we could get that as the big thing at the beginning of the show, be Luigi's Mansion 3 with an October release date. Then we can get an Astral Chain trailer, a new one, just showcasing more of the story, more of the characters, how it will play. And a reminder that it does have an August release date. Following that, I do think we might get the Animal Crossing trailer with the September release date. Following Animal Crossing, I could see the announcement of a Monolith Soft project for 2020, or maybe this could be the closer of E3, a teaser for it for 2020. Maybe it's a Zelda game. If it is a Zelda game that they're working on, then it's absolutely not going to be at E3. There's no way they're going to announce a Zelda game when they have to sell A Link's Awakening. Now I know they showcased Breath of the Wild in 2015, while at the same time showcasing Hyrule Warriors and Triforce Heroes, and I do know that in 2014 they did the same thing by showcasing Breath of the Wild and A Link's Awakening, or A Link Between Worlds. But then again, those were for different platforms. These are all for the same platform, so I don't think we're gonna get that. Maybe Monolith is in fact working on Xenoblade Chronicles X2. Maybe they're working on a new IP. So that will be the 2020 games. Every year we have games that go beyond the year of announcement. 2017 we had Yoshi, Pokemon, Metroid, and Kirby. 2018 we had Daemon X Machina and Fire Emblem Three Houses. This year I think it's Monolith and maybe somebody else, which actually is the next thing, which will be Retro's pre-Metroid Prime 4 game. It could be the Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, but I don't think so. I think they were working on something. I think we're gonna get an announcement from Retro before the end of the year. I think there was a reason why Nintendo went to Retro to give Retro the game Metroid Prime 4 after the poor handling of Prime 4 by whomever was working on it before. I don't think you spent 2 years, almost 2 years on a game, and then once you realize, oh shit, it's going belly up, they fucked up, we have to restart development. I don't think, no matter how good the demo that Retro gave them, I don't think you don't go from that what just happened with the game, and then like, these guys have not made a game in 5 years and haven't been able to do anything in 5 years except port Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Let's give them Metroid Prime 4. They could have easily just canned the game or just picked up, like, if it's true the rumors of it was multiple teams working on it, they could have literally just sacked one of the teams and gave their work to other teams or somebody else, and the game could have still been made. But no, they decided to scrap the development because of how good the demo was, and that just makes no sense to me. If Retro has not been working on anything for 5 years and just had canceled game after canceled game after canceled game, it doesn't bode well for Prime 4. They could have easily they made a big deal out of it, out of announcing that the game was going to be done by Retro. They literally went from scrapping development. They could have scrapped development, gave it to somebody else, and we would never know. They could have said, like, project has been rebooted. But no, they made a big deal about it's not up to our standards, it's not up to the quality we want. The game has been scrapped and it's now in Retro's hands. So I think Retro does have a game in the works and we'll be seeing it either at E3 or by the end of the year, maybe even early next year. I do think that the game probably was in the end of development when the whole Prime 4 thing happened. I think they also were working on it when the original Prime 4 began development, so that's why I didn't immediately go to Retro Studios. So I think that was the thing that will be happening. Following that, I already said Animal Crossing, so I had that on the list. So maybe a Link's Awakening release trailer, or a trailer with a vague December release date. So at this point we already have the 2019 schedule of Luigi's Mansion in October, Astral Chain in August, September through Animal Crossing, Link's Awakening for December, and obviously the E3, or not the E3, the November release date going to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Then we can have like a maybe quick trailer for Town with an eShop drop. Town could be the eShop drop, but at the same time Cadence of Hyrule can also be the eShop drop, because we haven't seen it yet. We are close to the end of May, so if the game doesn't launch by the 31st, it will definitely be an E3 shadow drop, in my opinion. Then we can see some Nintendo spin-off, maybe that is what Retro is working on. Then we have the reminder trailers for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Smash DLC reminder of Her Drake is out now, and then the trailer for whomever the next character for it will be. Then the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, a third-party montage, Maybe another indie working on a Nintendo project. Maybe a new IP, an IP we're being worked on. Maybe Golden Sun. Maybe F-Zero. Maybe another collaboration with Nintendo and Ubisoft. We could see it here. Also a reminder. Then maybe a port. I'm expecting a port. I think Pikmin 3, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and Wonderful 101 are the games that make the most amount of sense. A Mario Maker 2 trailer, small trailer like the other ones. And here's the thing, I had the big trailer to close off the Direct for Mario Maker. But now I'm left without an announcement. However, that's not particularly true. I think the thing that could close off E3 and lead into the Treehouse could very well be a Microsoft game coming to the Switch. Now, we heard like the data miners that find that the mobile game for Forces Street does have the Switch on it, so that game will probably come to the Switch. But hear me out, crazy theory. What if Nintendo ends the show by announcing either Halo, the Master Chief Collection, or the Gears Collection are coming to the Nintendo Switch, and that transitions to the Treehouse, where you just have none other than Phil Spencer there. Now, obviously, this is mostly something that I'm putting out there because I really don't know how they will close E3, because A, I don't want them to close on Animal Crossing. I think that will be hype deflating because that doesn't demo well, and this is something that I've heard multiple times, not just by people like me that have no interest in it, but also by people that love Animal Crossing. The same thing for Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but it doesn't demo well and it doesn't trailer too well. Pokemon could have like a big announcement and that would be hype to see. Like, I don't think Animal Crossing can, and Animal Crossing and Pokemon are the two big games left for the end of the year, so I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't think either or will close the show. I think either or could open the show, alongside what we just mentioned, but they want like, although like Animal Crossing and Pokemon are games that in trailer form are not Mario, are not Zelda, are not Smash, are not Art, are not Metroid, you know, would be a better ender because they are games that can demo well. In Pokemon and Animal Crossing, you don't do in terms of gameplay that could be exciting to see in the trailer. And then for people that are not fans of those franchises to be interested in them, these are not closers. I feel like they're not the ones that bring in the hype. They're not the ones that demo too well. So that's my opinion. Animal Crossing fans, don't kill me, or Pokemon fans, don't kill me. That's just my honest to God opinion. And if it's not Halo the Master Chief Collection, King Zell on Reset Era, or a speculator or leaked, he's a good leaker, has a good track record, an actual legit track record from what I've seen. But even then, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Admitting that he is correct, Monster Hunter will come to the Switch, maybe Monster Hunter Portable 5. If that's the thing, we could see it as the closer. Another thing we could see at E3, be it at Nintendo or at Square Enix's conference, is a bunch like we had the Final Fantasy games, the batch of Final Fantasy games come out to the Switch and Xbox One. I think we're gonna see that with Kingdom Hearts next. Maybe even the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Switch. I doubt it. Maybe Dragon Quest 11 gets some more airtime and more announcements. Maybe even like amiibo support or something. That'd be interesting to see. Maybe some like more Blizzard games. Overwatch and Hearthstone could be it. I've given up on saying GTA 5 at this point. I've even seen some ridiculous people say that the game can't run on Switch. But the game can clearly run on Switch. It's just that the cartridge is the problem. The size of the cartridge is the problem. But like the problem to me really is which game closes the presentation and leads into the next segment. I don't think they're gonna do Mario Maker after the tournament and the Direct. Mario and Pokemon and Animal Crossing don't demo too well. I don't think it's a wise idea to close with Smash again. Maybe open with Smash, that could be a thing. Announcing like Banjo-Kazooie would be interesting. To open the show, that would be cool, but not as a closer. I think that some people idiotically are still salty over Super Smash Bros. In 2018's Nintendo Direct, which I'm just gonna say, if you watch until the end of the trailer, the Everyone's Here trailer, and you watch like maybe even 3 or 4 more minutes, and you stick around for the next 30 minutes, and you were pissed at the end, you're just plain stupid. You could have left at any time. They didn't say they were going to show anything else. And you could say, oh, I was expecting a thing at the end. That was the thing at the end. If you were expecting something else when they specifically talked about Smash in their press thing, you're an idiot. But then again, every year Nintendo does this. They announce, hey, this year we have something on this game and it's going to be for this year. And people are like, oh, no games for next year and only focusing on this game. But it's like, no, we're going to announce things for this year, we're going to talk about next year, and we're going to end on this game, or whatever. This year we don't have that, so it's not easy for me to do it. But anyway, yeah, oh no, wait, another game I forgot to mention that could be in here would be maybe the next project from Sega about Sonic, and obviously, I think we're going to be seeing the Tokyo games, the Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics, most likely will be here. Hi YouTube, little future me here calling from the future, well, technically speaking for you guys, the past, but still, this video, the E3 predictions video, was recorded about a week ago. Since then, we have some new information. The first one is that we will be getting a Nintendo Direct at E3, Nintendo Direct, a Pokemon Direct before E3, like a week before. It's on the 5th of June, so 6 days before Nintendo's E3. So that rules basically out Pokemon. So right now, my feelings are the E3 begins with maybe a Smash trailer for Banjo and Kazooie, and maybe it ends with a crazy game coming out. I remember hearing something about a game that was coming to the Switch big enough that was like Mario on PlayStation. So if that's true, with all the things coming and happening between Nintendo and Microsoft, maybe they end with Halo the Master Chief Collection and then go into the Treehouse to showcase the game playing on the Switch. Maybe maybe that's a crazy prediction, I know, but hey, what I'm gonna do? There's nothing really much I could say there. Some other things that have come out or not, that have changed my mind currently or since this video happened is that Pokemon Super Mario Maker, Pokemon Super Mario Maker, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and Fire Emblem Three Houses are going to have very, very brief mentions. I would say all three combined could be around 2 minutes of a direct. Not if that, it could be less. So yeah, that will be it for that. Still, and another thing, if they don't open with, what did I just say? Oh yeah, Banjo and Kazooie coming to Smash, I think they'll begin with Animal Crossing. Again, you don't want to end E3 with either Animal Crossing or Pokemon. Both of them are big games, sure, but both of them are games that are boring for demo sake. They are not good, they don't demo well, and they don't trailer well. So, you know, both of them aren't gonna bring in the hype for most people. That's what I'm saying. I don't say that those games are bad. I love Pokemon and I never really played Animal Crossing. But those two games don't demo or trailer well, so I don't think they would open or close them. Open or close E3 with them. But anyway, thank you for watching. This will now be the outro. And funnily enough, I believe it was in this video that I predicted that I said that I was 220 subscribers and at 250 will be doing a giveaway. And I was correct when I said the probability of the numbers going up was low, and it was more likely that we'll be seeing it going down, and it did happen because we're now at 218, so I was absolutely correct. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been the Legend of the Yes. Join me again tomorrow for the Can They Be DLC Everyone is Revisited, which funnily enough, after this little addendum that I'm making for this video, I'll be making another one for Can They Be DLC because another information came out. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been the Legend of the Yes. See you guys next time.